Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today's March 13th, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see the big ridge of high pressure nosing its way into the Pacific Northwest. It's going to allow us to warm up quite dramatically here, and this is probably going to peak on the weekend. We'll take a look at the weather models and see how long this ridge is going to hang out and what's coming in our future. If we take a look at yesterday, there was some thunderstorm activity across western Washington a bit, maybe out towards Ravensdale and Black Diamond. Had a thunderstorm move through there. You can see the convergent zone activity wrapping up as we went through last night, and now we're starting to wrap up that precipitation here for much of the region, and there's some sun to beat out there as well. You can see the GOES 18 satellite imagery showing some of the snow-capped mountains across BC and Washington. So get out there and enjoy that. We're going to be having a nice stretch of weather here, and then we've got some troughing that may return as we go through next week, and we'll look at that in some more detail in the weather models. But in the meantime, look at Missoula today, 41. By Tuesday, 65. Monday, 65. Kalispell, something similar, 42 to 61 on Monday. Butte, Montana, 33 today, 62 on Tuesday. Look at Grangeville, 38 today versus 67 on Monday, 68 on Tuesday. So definite warm up coming here across much of the region. And if we take a look at the composite reflectivity on the North American model, this is what the Doppler radar may look like. You can see some residual showers. Should be wrapping up as we go through tonight. Still hanging out across some of Utah down here. As you can see, the upper level low is going to be spinning across the southwest portion of the USA, but you'll notice we really dry out here across Pacific Northwest as we go on in through this weekend. Now, taking a look at 700 millibars or 10,000 feet, upper level low, you'll clearly see this cold air just park down across the southwest, and watch our temperatures here across the region really warm up as we get that anticyclone just setting up shop here. Big dome of high pressure, some offshore flow, really warming things up as we go through the weekend. We might set some daily record highs for some individual locations as well. Now, taking a look at 500 millibars, 18,000 feet on the GFS, this is hot off the presses. You can clearly see the ridge nosing its way in as we speak. There it goes. And we get this Rex block here where you get the big dome of high pressure north of that low pressure across the southwest. The flow is going to be coming all the way back from the northeast across California and across this trough here, the southwest. And then this ridge hangs out for a bit as we go through the weekend. Then it starts to show some signs of decline as we head on into the early portion of next week. It looks like a ridge is going to be trying to build here across Alaska, starting with some north flow here, but GFS also has this trough out over the Pacific Ocean here, and we wants to return us to some cooler weather here, let's put it. But there's still going to be a lot of disagreement here over the next couple days on how this is going to unfold. The Europeans showing a little bit different solution, but I don't want to get caught up on those details too much just yet. We'll continue to watch this and break it down day by day, but it looks like we may be returning to some troughy weather as we go through next week. And if we look at 500 millibar heights, I want to show you that Rex block here one more time. Look at that ridge, and you can kind of see the flow come back around out of the northeast, carving off that cutoff flow here across some of the southwest USA. And our ridge hanging out with us probably on into the early portion of next week before some of that troughing tries to return as we go through the mid portion. Now, looking at Seattle, 16, 17, 72, and 71. If we overperform a little bit on some of these high temperatures, we could be approaching some of those daily record highs. Something similar with Bellingham, 63 and 63 are the record highs for Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be really close to those, and we'll take a look at that here in the daily 2-meter max temperature on the National Blend of Models. This is for tomorrow, Thursday. You see the warm-up starting to occur. You're going to notice the temperature changes, and look by the time we get towards Friday, and look at Saturday. Bellingham approaching maybe their daily record high. Seattle getting close to it as well, and because we could easily overperform a little bit by a couple degrees here and start to break some of the daily record highs across the region. Look at by Sunday, much of the region above average here, nice and warm. Monday, probably another very warm day. Here's Tuesday again, and then we start to bring some of that troughing back in here, and you can see the temperatures get suppressed as we go towards the end of next week. More on that here in the upcoming days. Look at it, Quileute. So this is 850 millibars, about 5,000 feet. I want to show you the temperatures aloft. So if I cherry pick this one right here, it's about 13.6 Celsius. And again, that's aloft, 5,000 feet. And I'm going to show you what's coming here. So you can see our chilly air aloft as we speak. Then we put this into motion. As we go through this weekend, check it out by the time we get towards Friday afternoon and Friday night. Look at some of these temperatures aloft. Those are daily record highs for 5,000 feet here. So it's going to allow us to warm up quite nicely. So interesting stuff there as the ridge hangs with us through this weekend before we finally start to bring some of that cooler air aloft and some of that troughing back into the Pacific Northwest towards the middle and end of next week. But, we've got a long time to go. We got some nice days upcoming here. So Seattle, Tacoma, you can see this is Thursday. You'll notice that warm up here as we go through tomorrow, Friday a little bit more, and then Saturday and Sunday, the peak some areas probably getting up into the low 70s here, and then maybe Monday, another warm day as well. Here's Quileute. You can clearly see the rise at 500 millibars here, showing that big dominant ridge of high pressure, and we warm up quite a bit aloft here as well at 5,000 feet. Now here's Spokane. Some nice warm days are incoming here as we go on into the early portion of next week. Astoria as well. Look at Saturday, maybe 70 degrees in some of the coastal areas also. So nice weather out there. You get out and enjoy that. This is Eugene. Check it out. Nice string of warm days incoming here. This is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Now, looking at the snowpack, this is really going to take a beating here over the next few days as we go through next week. But if that trough comes through and it's a nice one next weekend, we may start to rebuild some of that. So cross your fingers for that. But we're probably going to see these percentages decline quite a bit. And Oregon's doing quite well so far this year. A lot of places above average, but it's also going to take a beating here as we warm things up dramatically across the region. This is the last 3 months. Something interesting here, with some of the chilly weather we had, we have still been above average as a general rule here across much of the West, including the Pacific Northwest. A couple areas there are below average, but for the most part, some areas have been above average and some significantly so. You can see some areas of Eastern Washington 2 to 4, and even some of the North Cascades 4 to 6 degrees above average. Now, looking at precipitation, kind of a mixed bag here. Washington not doing too hot. A lot of the state below average. Oregon, a lot of the state above average. And kind of a mixed bag here across Idaho and Montana, but the Panhandle not doing well also. So anyway, interesting stuff. It's going to be nice to see this warm weather rolling in here. Spring cleaning, open up your windows, dust out your homes, all that good stuff. I'm going to try to watch for maybe some lenticular cloud formation over the next couple of days as well. No guarantees on that, but I'll have my cameras ready just in case. But anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. We'll continue to watch and break down to see what kind of trough is likely headed as we go towards next week and see how long this warm weather is going to hang out. But, we'll see if we can break some daily record highs in the meantime. So anyway, we'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.